KDB.
Beats Planet.
Oh shit! Hey, shit! My bad. Me and Will still talking back here, man. My bad, y'all. My bad. Listen, got a fantastic day of content here. I'm glad Will still caught me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say nothing to get me canceled. I don't want to be classless. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Will still for letting me know that we was live and all that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get to it. I was gonna get to so much. Hey man, we got a pretty good week of content here. And why I think it's a good week of content is because I have things planned out for us to talk about this week, and it has nothing to do with any breaking news. You know, now if we have breaking news, then we could just scrap this idea. We could just get into that. But I have things to actually talk about all week that I think are interesting, Will, still. So we should have a pretty solid week of content here. Now, the one thing that kind of upset the hell out of me, right, is I kind of got an order in which I like to do things. I'm very OCD like with my film watching. I actually got papers with names on them and shit, you know what I mean? And I like to go in a very particular order. But sometimes what Cowboy Nation would do, and mind you, I'm grateful that y'all do this, because y'all could look at my opinion and go, yeah, we don't care what Voch talking about, right? You could be that. But every time anybody say anything, like if you look at the last super chat, it was like, Voch, tell me about, you know what I'm saying? And boy, I could be like, I am setting my plate to talk about corners today because I need to be educated on corners. There's some, and Brian Bronson got on the microphone and said, hey, y'all need to watch Atonio Mafi and Chandler Zavala. Y'all need to watch them. And then they go on Twitter and Dane Brugler say, hey, y'all need to watch Chandler Zavala and Atonio Mafi.
The conference has been unlocked.
There y'all go. And then before you know it, it only take 2 Cowboy Twitter people to start talking about somebody before everybody start talking about somebody, right? And like I said, I'm grateful that when people see players, especially offensive linemen, people see offensive linemen, they go, man, I wonder what Voch think about this, right? But damn, I wanted to focus on corners because look, we're still we are up to in my patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. We are up to 6 rounds, maybe 7 rounds of edge guys, and we're like 4 rounds up on offensive linemen. Ask me how many corners I've watched.
Oh, how many?
5. I've watched 5 corners. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I operate. So I was ready to watch corners, but people was beating down my door, wanting to hear about Chandler, Zavala, and Atonio Mafi. Not Antonio. There's no N behind the A. It's Atonio Mafi. So we watched those guys in the Patreon. If you would like my reaction to those characters, the actual film breakdown, we watched those dudes for like an hour, 30 minutes, but we watched one longer than another. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Go to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I will give you a fantastic lowdown on that. Before we get started with those characters, because I got a lot to say about those characters, because those 2 characters change a lot about the draft landscape. And I think, we can pull some interesting observations from those guys. But before we get started, Master William, we being point guarded by Will Steele today. What's good with you, sir? You all right? You good? You straight?
Yes, sir. What up, fam?
Man, life good. Had a cool little weekend. I did a lot more driving than I normally do. You know what I'm saying? When you have a new whip, you know what I'm saying? People want to drive places. People just don't want to get DoorDash no more. You want to be outside and shit. You know what I mean? Did a lot more driving than normal. So life good. I can't complain, bro. Can't complain. But let's get into this work though. Let me check the chat. See who up in here, because a lot of y'all was the ones bothering me about it. Let's see. Voch values power above all else with Lyman. Not surprised he loved Mafi. Hey man, I ain't said nothing yet, man. Chill out, Alex. You technically not lying, but I'll explain it, later on. But shouts out to you for being up here. Hunter up in here. Let's see. Taggart, I ain't seen your name very, very often, but shit, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Shaq's up in here. Brother L up in here. What's up, y'all? All right, let's get into it. Brian up here. What's up, Brian? So, Will, those 2 names, right? Chandler, Zavala, and I badly want to call him Hector because I just think that name harder. You ever did that before, Will? You ever heard somebody name and you just went, man, your name would be so much better if it was this, and you just started calling that person that name?
No. He changed his name, Hector Zavala.
That might be narcissism on me. My bad, Will, still, but Chandler, Zavala is fine. But Hector sounds like somebody that catch bodies, Will still. Hector Zavala, and that might be racist, my fault. But I was watching Chandler Zavala because Cowboy Nation told me to watch Chandler Zavala. Now, typically what we do is I had 10 offensive linemen queued up to watch that day, but I wanted to watch those 2 guys because, they were kind of hot in the Cowboy streets. And what we do on these cleanup days when we watch film in the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, is we'll watch film until we feel like we got a good feel for the player. But if that player is exciting, we just keep watching. We just keep watching that player, right? Because if they're fun, we just keep watching, right? So just for some reason, I just wanted to watch Chandler, Hector, Zavala. I wanted to watch Zavala first from North Carolina State, left guard, number 64. And he was a fun player, Will Steele. Fun player. And this is me giving my thoughts and opinion on him, by the way. So we watched him, and he was fun. And he had pretty good feet, pretty good movement, fantastic zone blocky guy, fantastic outside zone guy. I was watching versus Texas Tech, and we had another one versus Clemson. He was at the guard spot. He had some really good reach blocks on zero tech. So, hey, he's another big guy that moves well, kind of like the TCU kid, Steve Avila, Esteban Avila, right? So they're similar cats. So if you miss out on Steve Esteban, then you can get Chandler Zavala, Hector Chandler Zavala. You won't miss nothing, right? Similar type of guy. But I'm watching Chandler, and what Alex was saying, Alex thinks, Voch only likes powerful offensive linemen. That's not true. I just think power is a prerequisite for me to like you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a guard. Some people think that guards are bad tackles. That's not the case. Some people think centers are bad guards. That's not the case. I just think everybody has a different skill set. So what I look for in guards is just the prerequisite of guards is I need you to be able to, smack people and dig people out of gaps, right? when you're a tackle, especially when I'm in a scheme where I need you to pass block more, that's when I need movement more than anything. But I need my tackles to be strong, but I need my guards to be able to move also, right? It's just that certain things we just prioritize with that. Could be because I'm suffering withdrawals as not withdrawal, but yeah, kind of sort of as a Cowboy fan, right? Once upon a time we had Ron Leary, this big, powerful guard that had no power problems, right? Will Steele. And then we started to live in this world where Connor Williams was our guy for 4 years, right? Then Connor McGovern was our guy. And I was like, man, I just wish we got back to moving people at guard. So Will McClay said this, you've been making this point, is we got to deal with our biases sometimes. We got to recognize biases, right? I don't think there's a bias I'm gonna do nothing with. This bias ain't going nowhere. I still need this baseline level of power from you, because if you a guard, you don't deal with like 250-pound edge guys. You deal with one techs. You deal with three techs. You deal with Mozzie Smith. You know what I mean? So I do need this baseline of power.
Foundation. You need to have a foundation in your prospects. That's what you believe in.
You could be stronger than that. You can be the strongest. You can be Voorhees where you tear your ACL and still bench 39 reps on the bench. You can be that all you like, but I just need a certain level. And what I noticed from Chandler Zavala, in which he's a fun pass blocker, fun feet. I love a reach block better than anybody else. I love a good reach block, especially the farther the reach block and you make it, Pornhub. But I never saw Chandler Zavala dig people out of a gap. I never saw Chandler Zavala punch people and move them. I saw Chandler Zavala catching a bunch of people. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, man, you definitely can't be Hector. You're Chandler. You know? I didn't see Chandler get a bunch of people off line of scrimmage. And these are things that are important to me, right? I played center back in the day, and this could be another bias of mine. I was able to survive at center because we did the Voltron thing because my guards were all power lifters. I was a power lifter also, but these is like different dudes that was next to me, right? So with my guards are strong, I'm strong as a center. So I just have this bias for powerful guards. In my mind, if Tyler Biadasz is my center and Chandler Zavala is my guard and Tyler's stronger than him, I'm not really getting the movement that I want, right? So I talked to my Patreon audience. I say, all right, y'all got enough of Chandler Zavala? Y'all good? Y'all straight? All right. And we watched a game and a half of Chandler Zavala, and we pretty much got the player figured out. And I looked at other people's assessment of Chandler Zavala afterwards, and cool, we're on point. We didn't need very long to look at Chandler Zavala to get a good idea of. Will Steele. Then I watched Atonio Mafi. His name Hector. That motherfucker, Will Steele, his name Hector. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Will Steele. I'm going to keep the music off. We're going to talk about this shit in silencio. Will, when I hear people talk about O'Cyrus Torrence, right, I get a little attitude because I feel like y'all making up shit just because he's 340. You know? You ever get that sometimes, Will? You'll see somebody talking about a player and they'll take that archetype and they'll attach something to that archetype just because of that size. Like you see Quentin Johnson and he tall, so you think he's just like Dez Bryant or something. No, not really. He's more of a slashy guy, right? Or you'll see some big ass running back. You think, oh, he's a power guy, but he may not be. He's just
Charbonnet.
big, like he's just a bigger dude, right? You know, sometimes Charbonnet don't always run as hard. You know, he's a bigger back, right? I'd be watching O'Cyrus Torrence sometime. I'd be like, man, I think people call him big, strong, and nasty because he's just 340. But he may not be big, strong, and nasty. He might just be heavy. That's different. Everything I hear people say about O'Cyrus Torrence, and I keep shitting on him. I'm sorry. But every time I hear people say something about O'Cyrus Torrence, Will Steele, I end up watching another player that's that description. When they talk about him, I'll go, oh, well, when I watch Voorhees, that's what they think O'Cyrus is. When I watch this character, that's what they think O'Cyrus is. Or like if you watch Tyler Smith old film, right? Oh, that's what they Will Steele. I started watching Atonio Mafi. It is not Antonio. There's no N behind the A. I start watching Atonio Mafi. I ain't cry, Will Steele. I ain't shed a man tear in real life, but I was like, man, that's what people think O'Cyrus is. That's what people think Osiris is. And we're still with the film on the screen. And there's a certain thing that I need from you, bro, to be a guard. I need you to dig people out of A gap, and I just need you to be a mean, angry dude for no ass reason.
That's what he is.
I need bodies to hit the floor for no ass reason. Will Steele.
Hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
We watched Chandler Zavala. Everybody jersey was clean dealing with him. Chandler ain't putting nobody on the ground dealing with the dudes that he was going up against. I'm watching Mafi. I think the first game was Stanford because we watched 3 games of him. Let y'all know how much we liked him. Atonio Mafi, just 1 quarter through the Stanford game. 4 people on the floor. Will Steele.
He's a nasty one, man.
And I'm up here watching like, hey, at some point, they just gonna tell Charbonnet to run that way. No wonder why Charbonnet went so crazy in college or whatever. But if you just keep watching, at some point you're gonna know, hey man, Charbonnet found 56. Charbonnet found 56 like he's doing here. He's finding 56. And every time he finds 56, a body just hit the floor and he just springs open. So now I just gotta ask myself, Master William, when people say these things about these other players, is it because somebody else said that I should say these things about these guys? Or is it because I looked at the film and I visibly see bodies on the floor? That's my point, Will Steele. That's my point about the NFL Illuminati, sir. About draft Illuminati, sir. I ain't getting an attitude right now. We just talking. I be watching Osiris, dog, and people be like, "Hey, man, you know he may fall in the draft. He may." All right, where you got him at? Well, you know PFF got him top 40 or so he might go first round. But why you feel that way? If I don't feel great about the player and somebody else say he should go here, why do you feel that way? In real life, he may go there, Will Steele, but why do you feel that way? I watched Atonio Mafi. And you just showed my audience on the volume and on the Voch Lombardi YouTube page, you just showed my audience bodies hitting the floor. And the best part about it, Will Steele, you want to know the best part about it? You know how when you watch corner, you may watch safety, and you got to go through 30 minutes of film to find a couple highlights to show the people? You showed a highlight, Will Steele, but that really wasn't a highlight. You could just show 7 plays in a row of Atonio Mafi, and people will just be on the ground for no reason, Will. They'll just back to okay, 7 plays of Stanford. Somebody hit the ground. 7 plays of Oregon.
On the ground in this, probably like every play.
7 plays of Oregon, 7 plays of USC, 7 plays of Washington. People on the ground. And I'm just looking at Atonio Mafi, and I'm like, why are we not talking about him? Why are we not talking about him, Will Steele? PFF got this character 169th, Will Steele. Where? Me and my Patreon crowd collectively, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, by the way. Me and my Patreon collectively was like, hey, I feel different about Chandler Zavala just because of what we saw from Mafi. I feel different about Zavala because what we've seen from Mafi. Why? Because if people see Zavala as a 4th round guy, there's no way you see Mafi as a 5th round guy. And somebody on my Twitter was like, well, Voch, I think it's a preference thing. I think if you in an outside zone type of deal, you may want Zavala, but if you in a power scheme, you run Mafi. And my response was, look, I understand why you feel that way, but there's no scheme I want Zavala over Mafi because Mafi just a better dude to me. You ain't got to get in the scheme politics with me. Zavala may not be a super athlete, but it ain't like he can't move.
You mean Mafi?
What'd I say? Mafi. It's not like Mafi can't move.
But that would be his.
Sure, that'll be his downside for sure. Yeah, but goddamn, bodies on the floor, Will Steele.
That's why people say the scheme thing. Because if he isn't like a power scheme or a power gap scheme, I think he's a phenomenal fit for that team. But if this is a scheme where you're asking him to reach a bunch or get to the second level, he moved pretty damn slow. But if he gets you, like if he's in your sights, you're hitting the floor.
And boy, Will Steele, I just started thinking about, man, what would happen if he started playing next to Tyler, boy. That's the only next logical conversation. Like, man, what would happen if that dude started playing next to Tyler? Boy? Yeah. So now, Will Steele, it's where me and you have a conversation, sir, if you don't mind. And it's actually perfect that you've seen film on Brother Mafi, so this can actually be a discussion because I care nothing about Zavala no more. Hey, look, Zavala's a good player. Yo, look, don't get me wrong, Zavala's a good player, and he's gonna go to the league and do great things. I ain't saying he trash. But just Mafi got that thing, man. Mafi put the satin on the panties over here. So, Will Steele, where you draft this dude at? You know what I mean? And I understand at this point in the draft, you kind of got to have a good idea of who's around you. You know what I mean? Of the surrounding talent of the draft. But just what round grade do you think that dude deserves? Right? We're not looking at PFF. We're not looking at what nobody on Twitter says. You just watched that film. What round do you feel comfortable taking that dude in?
Day 2. Third round probably be the sweet spot for him. But I said this morning and I'm gonna stand on it. I feel like him and Avila, both are going to get drafted higher than what most people may believe. But yeah, I got third round for him, but it wouldn't shock me if somebody took him early day 2. But he's third round.
We're gonna talk about this Wednesday. So we're not gonna talk about it now because we need content all week, Will Steele. On Wednesday, I'm going to bring the idea, because this is Cowboy Day. On Wednesday, I'm going to talk about the Cowboys double dipping, right? And boy, we're going to talk about it later. But if you going to do it, oh, shit, if you're going to do it, Will Steele, this guy got to be in the cards. And look, the best thing about this, though, Will, is I only watched this dude out of all 32 draft hype. Turns out Cowboys had this dude in for a 30 visit. Yep. And I started shaking a little bit, Will. So I started going, oh shit. Look, all that Tyler Smith at guard shit I've been talking about, I apologize. If you can get me Tyler, Mafi, Tyler, Zach, and Terrence, because we're not about to bullshit with right tackle this year. If you can give me that lineup, Will Steele, man, we ready, man. We ready, bro. It ain't even nothing else to say. Yeah. Chat, what y'all talking about, bro?
Well, I don't think there's. I said this on Friday when people were wanting to. Actually, it was this morning. People want to upgrade, from good to best across the line. I'm like, yo, you got a good line right now. The problem is depth because somebody like Tyron can go down. But I don't think you need an all-pro at left guard. I just think you need somebody that fits what the Cowboys want to do and hope that there's upside to be better than that.
I would love to have all-pro.
We all would, but that's not realistic. You can't find one line that has a bunch of all pros. Like if you look at all the Super Bowl champions or Super Bowl participants, there's like a couple dudes and then there's average guys, but they have a scheme that helps them. So if you can get a guy like a Mafi in the third round or whomever, right, in that round, that should be enough. If you can't win with that, that's a coaching issue, in my opinion.
Alex says Mafi probably goes day 3.
That's where he's projected to go. In general, but again, this is a pretty weak class on the interior, and just take one team to fall in love. That's why I said third round. Other than that, he would be a day 3.
And I don't necessarily disagree with the idea that people may see him as a third round guy. I mean, as a day 3 guy. And look, when we say day 3, I mean 4th round. He shouldn't fall that far. So 4th round guy, right? My problem is, I feel like he's way better than that. I personally feel like he's way better than that. Now, there's like that can go into this like position politics. So he's a guard. So if he's a guard and if he ain't Quentin Nelson or something, then 9 times out of 10, he will fall. That just makes sense to me. It is what it is, Will. So that just makes sense. In my mind, though, let's just say we just talking hypotheticals, right? If Dallas, my beloved Cowboys, right? If they say, hey, man, this motherfucker's Zavala, cold in the motherfucker, boy. And he's you know what I mean, probably looked at as a 4th round pick around the league. He's not gonna make it to our 4th round pick. I'm gonna take him at the back of the 3rd, just to erase all doubt on this character. Voch like him enough to take him in the third anyway. But it's more than Voch. This bigger than Nino Brown. Will, if your Dallas Cowboys draft this dude in the fourth, draft this dude in the third, would you be upset with that?
No, that's where I'm trying to target my guard. If we don't take one in day 1 or 2, like they would have to be, it'd have to be Nashawn Wright of guards.
Yeah,
for me to be upset.
Speaking of 30 visits, and we can kind of get into this since it's Cowboy Day, Will. Still speaking of 30 visits, some of the names have been coming out, and I think you can kind of craft what the Cowboys are looking for, right? Mm-hmm. And I find it interesting that there's some short wide receivers on that list, but it's early still. I think I don't think it'll be a mistake to just believe, right? To believe that how these rounds are gonna go is possibly wide receiver, corner, guard, maybe running back, tight end in the 4th, 5th somewhere. That's how I think this thing's probably shaping up to look. That's not official. Voch ain't heard nothing. Ain't nobody sent me a text saying that that's how it's gonna go. I don't even think that they put the board together yet. They still got visits. But if you telling me that that's how it's gonna go, it makes sense to me. Because if you look at the 30 visits, and there's gonna be more and more 30 visits coming out. Mm-hmm. If you look at the receivers, them receivers go up here. The guys that we called in, the receivers go up here, right? I'm assuming that the offensive lineman guys that they're gonna bring in probably gonna be a little more down here. Different from the combine visits. The combine visits, we had all the top guards and tackles come through. You know what I'm saying? But if we get the first offensive lineman on the 30 visit is just a flat out guard that's gonna go, 3rd round, 4th round, I think that's worth noting. So we're gonna keep our eyes on that. That may not be nothing that we talk about this week or Monday or Wednesday, because we got more guys to come out on that 30 visit list. Yeah. Once the 30 visits are over, me and Will are gonna definitely break down that list and have a long conversation about that.
They're strategic with it. They didn't even meet. They didn't bring Tyler Smith in last year. Mm-hmm. So maybe they were trying to keep that hidden. So, but if you look at every year, the guys they bring in, they usually draft or sign a guy from 30 visits. So it's something you have to pay attention to for the Cowboys.
Was Tyler Smith a Dallas Day guy?
I do not know. I'll look it up.
That's another thing that's worth keeping eyes on now. But chat, people have come here to ask me my opinion about Chandler Zavala and Atonio Mafi. And I think a lot of people, I ain't gonna say that, but I did see some people that preferred Zavala over Mafi. I don't necessarily know what you're looking at, right? But if you are the group of people that prefer Mafi over Zavala, and I could probably put this in the poll just get a good view of it. I probably should have did this first before I just hyped the shit out of Mafi and shit it on Chandler, but whatever. I would love to know what y'all think about this. And hell, Matt Owen can tap in too. But those are my thoughts on those two players. And I talked about those two players because those two players are hot in the Cowboys streets right now. All right. Let's go to the phones, though. I'm not locking the phones. I just kind of want to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions. Y'all can talk about what y'all want to talk about today, but that's what we talked about. So, but this is y'all's show, so we're open to hear what you got to say. We got Fred from Big Games, from Big James Games Toy Shop. What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Long time no here. How y'all hanging in?
Cool and player life good. Can't complain about nothing. What you got for the show?
Well, let me tell you, Big James Games is a mom and pop kind of store and things like that. So we used to just have a storefront, but Amazon was trying to run folks out of business. So we had to close down, change up our business model a little bit, try to get with the times. Mm-hmm. So I had a website created for Big James Games. But the thing is, at first, I had two different websites. I had one for the brick and mortar store and one where you could actually order stuff and have it delivered to you. And the thing is, that didn't work too well because folks saw things coming a mile away. There wasn't no synergy. But now I got a website where it's the store itself and you can order stuff and get it delivered to your house. Kind of like the LA Rams offense. See, the thing is, when we were differentiated, it was kind of like putting Noah Brown on the field back in 2020. If Noah Brown was on the field, he was about to do a crack block and it was going to be a run play. But now that I got one website where you can do everything looks exactly the same, so you don't know what's coming. So my question is, piggybacking off of that, is now that we got the boy genius, Kellen Moore out the picture, even though he looked like a super, every time you saw a picture of him, he looked like a super villain right when the worst day of his life happened, and that's what turned him into being a super villain. Every time we saw a picture of him on the sideline, that's what he looked like.
Mm.
Now that we got him out of the way, and now that we got Big Mac calling the plays with his homeboy
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. Are we gonna have it? Are we gonna have our pass concepts married with our run concepts? When we come out in a package or a formation, you don't know what's the hell coming. It could be a run, it could be a pass, but everything looks exactly the same. That's what I'm looking for. Tell me if that's what we're gonna get.
I tell you what. And the beauty of all this is that me and Will Steele can opt out of this answer with fantastic confidence, because I don't think we're going to know nothing until we show up week 1. I think there's going to be some rumblings. There's going to be some noise. Rookie minicamp is going to be a thing. I think we're going to see some stuff at training camp, but Mike McCarthy is secretive. I think we're going to see some very vanilla things in preseason. I don't think we're going to have a clue of what's going on until we get to week 1.
Gotcha. Well, brother, can hope and pray, because like I said, I just want us to stop being predictable. I want us to be really a multiple offense, and put our players, like I said, however we go in, whether we get some small receivers, some fast receivers, whether, like I said, I got to think for big old Darnell Washington, like I said, he instantly improves your running game. Whatever we get, I just hope that it makes sense, because that's the problem we have with the boy Wonder.
Yeah.
With the talent we had, a lot of his scheme didn't make sense, or he wouldn't get the flow of the game to run it right.
Right. Fair enough.
And one last thing I got for you before I let you go.
Go ahead.
Can you tell me when you're going to be looking at running backs? Because I'm a Georgia homer, and I just want you guys, I know you don't like to take requests on who you're looking at. I would like you to take a look at Kenny McIntosh, but I just want to know when you're doing running backs so I can join the Patreon and check you out.
Running backs and Patreon is going to be interesting, but we're going to find a way to pull it off. I just got to be very meticulous about the Illuminati, but running backs will be soon. They will be soon. So appreciate you, Fred.
All right. Thank you, brothers.
Yes, sir. Boy, I knew that analogy was going somewhere, boy. I was just listening. I was like, there you go. Gotcha. But honestly, though, Will, still, I don't think we have a clue. We don't have a clue what and honestly, I think it's going to be Schottenheimer for real. But I don't know if Mike McCarthy's going to call the plays. If anything, I know about Mike McCarthy, he like to delegate his ass off. So by the time we get to, he may have just said, "Hey, I'm calling plays just to get Kellen out," and then be like, "Oh, all right, well, we're gonna go with Schottenheimer or whatever," because I was just sick of Kellen. We don't know what's going to happen, so we're gonna have to wait around and see. Did you have a take on that?
No, that's kind of what I've been saying too. Is we just gotta wait and see. I just think we'll be better situationally, but we don't know exactly. We know it'll be a little bit of West Coast. He dropped some hints last week, but we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. That's why I can't wait for mini camps and training camp.
Yeah, I was looking in the chat and I saw Matt Owen shitting on Osiris. So anytime anybody shits on Osiris Torrance, I just smile just a little bit. Matt, what's your thoughts on Mafi, Atonio Mafi? Because I do respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna change it or nothing because you don't like one of my guys. You don't like Mozzie, but I am interested in your opinion on Mafi. So Matt Owen, put that in the chat so I can see what you're talking about as I get to this next call here. Los, what's up, sir?
Yo, good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky, man. I hope y'all have a great day as always.
Life good, brother.
That money, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Y'all got to pay those bills. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go. It only gets more expensive with that studio coming in.
Take care of y'all bodies and take care of y'all chicken.
That chicken.
Right. 100%, Los. We love you, man. Appreciate you, bro. What you got for us today?
Hey, I just want to do by this, and I just like I said to you, Voch and Scott, I respect your opinions. So I've been looking not entirely like draft analysts like y'all, because y'all, this is what y'all do, and I'll leave it to y'all. But I do be watching some film from these college here and there, and I kind of have my list of my top 10 draft targets in the first round that if they're there, you got to run to the podium. And it's a list, so I'll just run through the names, and you just give me your opinion.
Please.
Your opinion at the end, all right?
Please.
So my first is Nolan Smith. If he's there, you got to take him.
Mm-hmm.
My second is Bijan Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Third is Kansi from Pitt.
Who?
My fourth is
Kansi. Okay,
Kansi
Kansi.
from Pitt.
I got you, Kansi. Okay, go ahead.
Fourth is Paris Johnson out from Ohio State, just because I feel like he can have some flexibility at right tackle, at left tackle, and maybe guard. Who knows?
Yeah.
Dawan Jones is my 5th. Steve Avila is my 6th.
Dawan Jones, Steve Avila.
7 is Mazzie Smith.
Okay.
Jameer Gibbs is my 8th. Wild card is Jack Campbell. Actually, my bad. My 9th is Camp Smith, because he's a wild card. You know, he's a corner that man. He's one of those corners to watch. And then my 10th is Jack Campbell. So I just leave it to y'all, and I think any one of those guys could come in here and make some noise for the Cowboys. And hell, y'all said it, Voch and Sky. I mean, from the moves we did early on, it makes it so much easier to draft. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Hey, Lowe's, appreciate you, man. Good call, brother. Appreciate you.
Peace.
A lot of things going on with that list. The best player on that list is Bijan. I do think Bijan can get there. Money 5 matters. The most valuable pick there is Nolan. Nolan can somehow be there also. It's interesting because I don't think Paris is going to be there at all, but I think those 2 players are better than Paris. Interesting. Jack Campbell's probably like a 58 guy for me, and that's fine. That's fine. But I don't. He's not a 26 guy for me. Cansey, I will be fine with Cansey, but it's just that I think there's a lot more people on the list that's better than him. Dawan Jones is my offensive tackle 1, but everybody else don't think that Dawan Jones is offensive tackle 1. So I think Dawan can be there. It just depends on, what's Cowboys doing with right tackle, so that's interesting. If there's a world where Jameer Gibbs goes before Bijan because of his top speed and pass catching, let's just say some teams value his pass catching, and they'll still be wrong because Bijan couldn't do those things also. But if there's a team that values Gibbs over Bijan and Gibbs go first, that's going to send Draft World into a frenzy. But I like Gibbs also, but I only like Gibbs if Bijan is gone. And I feel like I got your whole list. I feel like you asked about the corner, but I only watched like 5 corners. So I do know of Cam Smith. I just haven't watched him closely enough to have a do or die, thought on him. And I think that's all. I think that's all you said. So yeah. That's my thought. But that's a pretty good list of guys. If any of those guys get to Dallas, I'd be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on who we take if whoever's there. So appreciate you, Los. You had something on that, Will?
No, sir.
All right, cool. Let's go. Daryl. What's up, Daryl?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
What's good, brother? What you got for the show?
Okay.
Yes, sir, man. What you got for the show?
Oh, bro. Yeah, it's good to hear from you guys once again. And I think what should have been I agree with you with Robinson, taking him in the first round.
If he's there.
Because like we need that extra burst in that backfield.
Right.
To be honest with you. And we're not pretty sure what the percentage is when Tony Pollard comes back.
You talking about health wise?
Yeah, health wise.
He'll be all right. It's just an ankle. He'll be all right.
Yeah. So because it's still anytime and when you have surgeries and stuff like that, it is a major concern.
Yeah.
And a lot and people be talking like, man, they don't know when he's gonna be 100%, blah blah blah. I try to block it all out.
They wouldn't have tagged him.
And it is what it is. But we do need like a left guard in there as well too. More like a Ronald Leary type.
Yeah.
That's real nasty. Yeah, like just bully people and just don't care and just keep rolling.
Yeah.
So I think between them and then Flowers in the second round, he could be a steal.
Flowers
or
who?
Either that tight end from Utah.
Flowers who? Zay Flowers?
Yeah, from Boston College.
Shit, boy. Flowers got to get caught some coke, boy. Flowers got to.
Fought a 58.
Flowers got to be in a high speed chase with the police to get to the second dog. But I feel yeah, I hear
58 at least.
Yeah, it's special 58.
We always got to try to get the best player available. And I think if Robinson lands down at 23, there's a no-brainer that we need to get him.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
and that's bottom line.
Yeah. I appreciate you. You know, I don't think Robson will be there though. I don't think Zay gonna be there.
I think, because you know what? I think what's going to happen.
Okay,
Philadelphia might want to sneak up there and get him, just like they did last year when we was eyeing on that defensive tackle from Georgia.
Yeah,
They
Jordan
always
Davis.
do that.
Yeah, Jordan Davis was never gonna make it to us, but I don't know, and I don't really want to say nothing nice about them dudes, but I don't think them dudes will take Bijan at 10. I just don't think it'd be smart to take Bijan at 10. I think now if he's there at 30, they'll probably have a conversation about it. But I don't think the Eagles will take him at 10.
You don't think? Yeah,
No,
boy.
No, because I think
they got options.
Sure. But I shouldn't be having faith in these people at all. But I just do think that it'll be better value guys there, at 10.
Right.
And then they can go get another running back that's going to be fantastic later on. This is a fantastic year for running backs, but I just don't think Bijan makes sense for them at 10. Now, once the board runs out of those money 5 dudes, like you don't take Bijan over Carter, you don't take Bijan over Nolan, in my opinion. You don't take Bijan over if you think Paris is number 1. You should definitely take Bijan over fuck Peter Skoronski, but you know, somebody's not going to do that. You know what I mean? But I just think Bijan is
Northwestern, right?
Okay, please let you yeah, Northwestern, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do think Bijan will be gone by the time we get to him, but I just don't think that the Eagles at 10 will take him.
Unless they do some humongous trade.
That's
they
crazy.
Trade out that 30th pick and picking the team somewhere and then that one.
That's crazy.
I just have that feeling they'll do that. They're a type of team that's petty like that.
Right.
I really am.
That's crazy.
They petty like that. They see we eyeing on, okay, all we need is just this one particular guy that's gonna make something happen, will make some plays for us.
I don't know.
We got Pollard.
I don't know, man.
Then we got Ronald Jones.
I don't know, man. Philly traded up and got a wide receiver, and we ended up with Micah.
Because you know they went and got Devontae Smith
right
year prior, right?
They traded with us though.
And then we ended up getting Parsons.
Yeah. All right, then. Good call, Darryl. Appreciate you, man. Salute to you, my guy. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
I do wonder how that visit went.
I am curious.
They brought in Bijan for that visit, and that's so
due diligence though. You know, and I understand that you
the conference has been locked.
That you got to have a conversation with them. You know, you got to talk to your guys in that room. And look, don't get me mistaken. Like if the Eagles do get Bijan, I mean, it'll make me sick. It'll make me sick, but I don't know. I just think that the teams in that top 10 will probably go for the value plays more. In my personal opinion, I think they'll go for the value plays more as opposed to the running back.
See, I hate thinking for them, but
yeah,
if I'm them, they might hold Bijan as a value player. Because think about it, you're about to pay your quarterback. You cannot run him 15 times a game. Bijan can. Like you can give Bijan the rock 15 to 18 times a game.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe they say, well, we could take Bijan at 10. We got him for 5 years. That'll take at least 5 to 7 carries away from Jalen Hurts, which could protect him.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying this, and I'm not happy saying it, but maybe it's one of those situations where they say, man, this just makes too much sense for us for the next 5 years. Man, we'll revisit this after the 5th year, right? Because you don't pay him after 3 years like Zeke. But Bijan
you
Robinson,
imagine, man.
Yeah.
You imagine that double running back read option set, boy. That's
yeah. It's not fun to think about. Yeah.
It's gonna be hell to deal with, man. All right. Let's go. Brother Dan. What's up, P Ficus?
Hello.
What's good, my brother?
Hey, man, just chilling. Y'all doing good today?
Yeah, cool, my guy. We're just, you know what I mean, talking a little bit of Cowboys draft today. What you got for the show?
Well, since it's Cowboys Day, and if we have the floor for the most part today, I just wanted to bring up our QB 1-1, and that's not QB 11. That means your quarterback is second to nobody in the NFC.
Talk that shit, bro.
Because, you know, if the detractors want to be loud during a whack season in which Dak was throwing darts into hands that turned into INTs, that being in spite of the seemingly half-assed route concepts, then I'm going to be loud when they're hibernating, when they're waiting for Rain Dakota Prescott to sneeze the wrong way so that they can say something bad about his mama or his fucking brother.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Well, I tell you what,
Anyways,
P-Fighters, I have a very brand new approach on this. And a lot of this is inspired by Will Steele, but also it's for my own health. You know, when I see people come on and they say Dak Prescott is trash or he's not as good as Kirk Cousins or Geno Smith is better or Justin Fields is the best quarterback in the NFC, I'm really to a point to where I'm about to start chastising people that this trash ass quarterback kicking your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my new approach to it. Like, I'm not here to argue that Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC. I do feel that way, but I don't want to argue it no more because it's exhausting. And honestly, people gonna feel the way they feel anyway. And sometimes people like the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? They like the ignorance of maybe Geno Smith better than Dak. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go facts. Dak is not a top 10 quarterback. He kicking y'all ass like he won, but he is not a top. He's running the shit out this offense like he won. But he is not a 10. Giants fans come up here talking shit to me. Like, look, if you're an Eagle fan talking shit to, you know what I mean? And I don't even think the Eagles fans should be talking shit about Dak Prescott, but I'll live with that because of what Hurts is doing and because of, you know, y'all Super Bowl run and all that. But if I see Giants fans now just popping up like roaches after woodwork talking about some Daniel Jones better than Dak and Dak ain't cool. His non-top 10 ass is beating the shit out you and y'all haven't beat him since his rookie year. I'm about to just accept it. I don't want to change nobody's mind. Basically. Fuck.
Basically.
My 15 ranked quarterback about to be beating the shit out y'all, and I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna remind you of it. But I'm not gonna argue it no more. My bad, P-Fight. I ain't mean to take over your call like that.
Hey man, you took it away perfectly because it's the fucking truth, brother. I was on Twitter and I saw a post, and whoever thought about Dak, it's about something else, right? They were talking about CD Lamb burning the Eagles, and they said, "Is this the same guy that is this the same game that he played from the slot and destroyed a backup defensive back?" And I said,
CD Lamb trash too. Fuck it. CD Lamb trash too. Fuck it. Parsons trash. Diggs is trash. We just about to get double-digit sacks being trash in the motherfucker. Fuck them. I don't care about nothing. Everybody on Dan Quinn defense trash, but we top 5. We just trash top 5 defense. Fuck him. I don't care. Gilmore ain't shit neither. Top 5 in all metrics, but he ain't shit neither. Good. His trash ass gonna be picking y'all good motherfuckers. They love to call Trey Diggs trash, but they don't want to talk about the elite top 5 wide receivers that he shut down on the fuck him good. Trey Diggs trash ass is shutting down Justin Jefferson. His trash ass shutting down Jamar Chase. His trash ass just shutting down all your favorites, all your top 5s. Cooper Kupp and all them gentlemen. Cool. He trash. Love it. Trash gonna be beating the shit out y'all too. Good. I'm sorry, P-Fikes. My bad. I didn't mean to take his shit over, but good. This is my new vibes, man. This is my new shit.
It's true, man. Trayvon Diggs went through the gauntlet last year, and like the year before, man, he's been.
How he trash when they not throwing to him? Fuck it. Good. They just avoiding the trash ass receiver. You know what they do to trash corner? You know what they do to trash corners? They keep throwing to him, just like they did cornerback too. The whole back half of the season, they stopped throwing to Trey Diggs because he trash. You're right. I'd be damn.
It's a litmus test, boss. Voch. I've been noticing whenever I get into.
I love litmus. Litmus trash too.
It's watching the league because people like 1 to 3 years in the league, they'll fall into that trap way easier than somebody's
watching. Shit. I feel you, P-Fikes. My bad. I ain't mean to take over your shit, man. But I've been wanting to say this for a while. I was gonna wait till the regular season, but boy, we trash. Fucking good.
Hey man, our ass quarterback and ass team, we'll take them all the way, man.
Mike McCarthy just went 12-5 back to back. Ass as fuck. Go ahead.
4-2 with Cooper Rush. Come on, Jason. Shit.
Come on, man. What else you got, P-Fikes? My bad.
Nothing, man. That's gonna be it for you.
Fantastic call, lady, man. Appreciate you, man. You look, shouts out to you because you show up on every single platform I do, man. So shouts out to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man. You've been doing God's work. Keep it up.
Salute, man. Man, Will Steele, I'm just sick of it, man. I'm just sick of it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh goodness.
I do them like Hove said, man. Give them enough rope. They put themselves in the air. I just kick away the chair. I'm done. I'm done arguing. Like
I don't want.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to hang themselves though, Will. I just want to keep talking to them until they just talk themselves into a.
But that's what you're doing. You're giving them you're giving them enough rope.
Yeah.
And they're talking, they hanging themselves, and then boom, you just kick that chair, and they're like, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I just want them motherfuckers. Man, why can't we block Michael Parsons today? He trash. Why can't we throw on Trey Diggs today? He trash. Goddamn, that got 4 touchdowns on us. He is trash. How this happen? What happened here? What's going on? I don't know. I saw last year, man. Remember last year, man, Cowboys drafted Tyler Smith and Taco Charlton came out talking shit, talking about some they don't know how to draft and shit.
What?
Boy, you Taco. You boy, this was a thing.
Taco
Cowboys
Charlton?
drafted.
What the hell, Taco?
Taco was talking shit. I said, boy, they let anybody tweet. Taco the reason Cowboy fans hate drafting. Like if there's a Cowboy fan that think the Cowboys can't draft, it's because of Taco. He was talking shit about Tyler Smith.
Oh boy.
Damn, boy, why we can't cover CD Lamb, boy? I don't get it. This motherfucker CD Lamb got 1,500 yards and shit. Why he doing this? I don't know. I'm not here to save no more, Will. Still, I believe we trash just like y'all believe. That's my new vibes. But it is what it is, though. Pardon me for cussing though, because I've been trying not to cuss as much. But boy, I get riled up about this one, boy. It is what it is. Motherfucker say Kirk Cousins, Geno,
yeah,
Kyler Murray, and I saw one that had Eagles fans was mad because it was like it was Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, then Dak, and I was like, I don't even hate Dak being behind Justin Fields. Even I don't. Pardon me. I don't hate Dak being behind Jalen Hurts. Even though I don't agree with it, I don't mind Dak being behind Jalen Hurts. But how you put both of them under Justin Fields when he's done nothing? I was pissed off, but I was like, fuck him. Go ahead, Will. Right back.
Oh, I got it. I just chuckle. I see those and I just chuckle. Like, some people on Twitter be saying stuff. I can always tell who, a football fan's IQ based off of the Dak Prescott argument or whatever, their Dak Prescott opinion. I'm like, that's interesting. If somebody say this guy sucks or something like that, or he ain't good, or he's this, he's that, and it's insulting compared to what he really is. Yeah, that's the guy I'm about to debate with, to argue with. You got it. You're right. He's trash. You got it, sir. Have a good day.
Big O in the chat says Geno was better last year. Yep. Just whatever. Much better. That's my new vibe, Will. He was much better. Good. He sure was. Mm-hmm. Mark, what's up, man?
Fox, Skywalker, hey man, y'all holding it down.
Yo.
Trying, brother. Trying, man.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I think I called it phone dropped or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You good.
Hey, tell me, brother. I know you and Skywalker and a lot of people, y'all are big on BPA, all things being equal when you talk about drafts, and particularly with the off-season Cowboys we had thus far. That's the safe man, probably the right thing. And just going from what you were talking about earlier with the linemen, and Skywalker said something this morning on his show about offensive line being a even though it's obvious hole at that guard spot.
I can't.
Is there a hypothetical somewhere? And I wouldn't say the first pick 26. Is there a hypothetical somewhere, second round on first day, where you guys would be okay with saying, well, we don't need DBA, we need this guy, this offensive tackle, he's there, or this offensive guard, he's there, we take him, even though typically maybe by a metric or two, there's a better player on the board. And I'll let you guys talk if you feel like talking about that. But hey, I keep them haters off.
Appreciate you, Mark, man. We're gonna do that, man. We working on a good call, man. He was saying, Will Steele, that we're mostly BPA guy, but is there a certain scenario where there's a dude on the board that would make us go away from BPA? And I think if there is any scenario that'll make you get a player, that player got to be BPA.
I was just about to say the same. Isn't that BPA though?
As BPA for sure. So no, like there's not a time where I'm looking at Nolan Smith on the board and I go, damn, I need a guard. So I'm taking Steve Avila at 26 over Nolan Smith. That wouldn't make sense to me. Unless he's saying this will still, unless he's saying, hey, Bijan Robinson is on the board. But this guy is also there. If Bijan is my best player on the board, but this character is also here, do I take this character over Bijan, even though I have Bijan ranked higher or something like that? I think that's a better way to say that.
Yeah,
and my answer is no. I just take Bijan.
Yeah, and I think when I say BPA to myself, I say BPA per need. I don't necessarily mean literally, because again, if a quarterback falls to you at 20, I'm not taking a quarterback. I got my quarterback, right? Yeah. He could be the 5th best player on the board, but I'm not taking the quarterback. But yeah, Bijan would be a better example because you could say, running back value, I'll just get one later, but you could also say possibly a need because you don't know what you're going to have in Tony Pollard. And you need 2 to 3 backs nowadays. So, yeah, I think he's talking about a conversation I was having last week where Mozzie Smith was on the board in round 2. And I think it was Reek who said, I would reach for a guard because of need. And if Mozzie Smith's at the top of the board, he would not take him because they need a guard. And I said, I can't window dress my board like that.
Yeah. I'm just taking Mozzie. Mozzie. Trey Fargo says Geno did have a better year last year, but wouldn't rank him ahead of Dak. Hey, cool. Cool. Sure did. Yep. Let's get back into the calls here. We got 3 more people on the phone. We're going to hear from y'all. See what y'all got to say. TP from NC. What's up, TP?
What's going on with you, Voch?
Cool and player. Just, trying to make it all work. What you got for us today?
And what's up, Will Steele?
What's going on, TP from NC?
Hey, look here. I don't give a damn about Philly. Don't give a damn about the Commanders. Don't give a damn about the Giants. I don't give a damn about none of them. And whoever said that Dak is not a good quarterback, they don't know football. Hey, Dak is just a company man. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go with the plan regardless if it sucks or what. Now we got that damn Kellen Moore out of the house. Now he's going to, McCarthy go over some stuff up and say, look here. If you don't see it, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I truly believe. You know what I'm saying? And as far as who we get in the draft, I don't give a shit because I believe in our scouting department. You know what I'm saying? I don't really give a shit. But if I had my choice, I get the boy from Ohio State. What is it? A tackle, a guard with them long arms and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, him. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, but really, I don't give a shit what these guys be talking about, man. Dak, to me, still a top 5 quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And Jalen Hurts. Then all of a sudden they gonna give Jalen Hurts some damn weapons. And then everybody on his nuts. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What was he doing before he got all that help?
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
When everybody on his nuts because he got J.J. Brown and Smith and all them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tell him what, put him on our offense where Dak just had to throw to damn C.D. Lamb and doggone a broken Michael Gallup. You know what I'm saying? And see what he do.
Yep.
You know, you see what he do. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But hey, we'll see. We're gonna kick much ass this year. I ain't worried about
much
it.
Ass.
We going
much ass. Oh, love TP. Kick much ass is crazy, dog. That's a good one. Kick much ass, dog. I like that. Go ahead, TP. TP. Snake.
Oh no, I can't. I can't snake him after that though.
Yeah. We can't snake. We just gotta move on. TP call drop, man. Hey, TP, appreciate you, man. TP said, let me get the one from Ohio State. Which one? The one with the long arms and shit. Oh yeah, okay.
Then right after that, directly after that, he said, I don't give a about any of these draft mother because we gonna beat much ass.
Much ass is crazy. Oh man.
He said, this draft.
Punk ass draft. I'm ready to play right now. Bitch ass draft.
What is punk ass draft that? Him downstairs.
Kellen Moore. What's his name? Kellen in there doing the thing that he doing. He ain't doing that no more, is it? So give me Big Mike, let him do the thing and less is more. We're gonna go into the draft and then you know what? Fuck them boys. Care about them damn Eagles. We gonna take the boys and we get out what's the boy from Ohio State with the long ass arms? Give me that boy. He gonna kick it. We gonna kick all kind of ass with that boy. I said, yeah, I feed TP 100%, sir. 100%, sir. I got uncles that talk just like
gotta let him cook.
You gotta let you can't cut TP. You gotta let him go. Gotta let him go. Follow this up. What's up, Hemp?
Hey, what's going on, Skybox? How y'all doing?
Cool, my guy.
Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with the movie Draft Day, right? With Kevin Costner.
Vaguely, yes.
Okay. He had a little piece of paper that he folded up. You remember what it says?
No, sir.
Yeah.
It said Vontae Mack.
No matter what.
No matter what. I got that same note, but Bijan Robinson on there. I'm telling you, Bijan Robinson, no matter what. TP was talking about kicking much ass. That's how we kick much ass. I mean, the man can run. He can catch the ball out the backfield, pass block. You talking about blocking, protecting that? I mean, it's just an all-around help. But
what if you get drafted 15th, though?
Okay, I'm sorry?
I was just saying, what if you get drafted 15th, though? Like what if we don't get a chance to get Bijan? Then what we're gonna do?
Listen, man, I ain't even gonna lie. He's such a great talent.
I trade up to go get him.
Have him about 5 years.
Hey man, him. I'm sorry, dog. Because look, Kevin Costner traded picks, traded players, got them picks back. I'm over getting up with 2 top 5 picks, boy. He said, look, give me that pick I just said.
We know that ain't gonna happen.
That old bullshit,
but
right?
I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind coming up if we think somebody about to snag him. I wouldn't mind coming up a little bit. I mean, well, we're gonna sacrifice, some picks, maybe right. Where we would have picked somebody that's gonna get cut anyway.
Right.
And we're trying to make a push, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to make a push this the year. I say you throw it all out on the table. I'll use next year's first round pick. I don't give a damn. I use next year's first round pick. Maybe not to come up to get Bijan, but to package and try to come up and get somebody else maybe in this draft as well. A lot of times we sit back, we slide back, we trade back. I think this the year to pounce on it. And, I say we get him in a good guard. Usually we cater to Dan Quinn, try to get the defense. I think this the year where we, Mike McCarthy, he's calling plays. He wants to run the ball. TP, let's be honest, Tony Pollard, he ain't gonna be there after this year. Let's just go ahead and get Bijan in there. Let's do this damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it, man.
I like Smith from
Minnesota.
The center.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna tell you a sleeper that I kind of like. Okay, the film ain't great, but Nick Brocker from Ole Miss.
Oh, I ain't seen
him. I think he would be good interior, as a guard or whatever, even if we moving people around, a good rotational offensive lineman. Because let's be honest, we always rotating the damn offensive line anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you look at Dak Prescott when he threw, a lot of them picks last year, a lot of that pressure was coming, from up the middle.
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
So
I feel you. But him to your point,
over everything, no matter what. We got to get him. He's a dog. You know what I mean? TP gonna be gone next year. Hand the torch. And we got a 2-headed monster. We're gonna run the ball down everybody's goddamn throat. This season I'm gonna get me a hat say run the dang ball. Run the dang ball.
I love it, man.
It.
You know what I mean? Bijan will definitely bring big change here, and I think that you've done so much in so much, but you've done enough in free agency trading or whatever that you can truly go luxury pick. So if Bijan is there, you're not gonna catch me not trying to take Bijan. So we agree, him. Appreciate you, man. Good call.
Yeah. And all you got to do is look at Dak, Dak on the play action pass.
Yeah,
it just opens it all up. It just makes sense, bro. Thank y'all for y'all's content.
Appreciate your help. Salute, man.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, after we get Bijan Robinson, man, give me that boy them long ass on Ohio State with the long ass on shit. We good to go then. Okay, I feel you, brother. Appreciate y'all. Let's get this one call in. This last call, and then we're gonna read some supers. We're gonna get up out of here. What up, who this?
What's going on now? This is Doug.
What's good? What's good with you, Doug? What you got for the show?
What's going on? Not much. First, let me give you y'all flowers, man. I found y'all about a couple seasons ago, and man, trying to find new ones, Dallas content, Cowboys content. It was hard to find, and like Buddy said earlier, y'all doing God's work. So I felt like I found y'all the first time, man. Y'all my go-to every day. I listen to y'all every day.
Appreciate you, brother.
I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all, boys.
Appreciate you, man. We need you, man. We need that. Salute.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So I got a question about Bergeron. Have you all had a conversation about Bergeron?
I actually watched him after I did my Patreon film session. Bergeron from Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about moving him to guard?
I think he's probably going to be a guard at the next level.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be around second round, and I feel like we can do BPA first round. We get whoever's on the board. But if we don't get a guard by the second round, I think we're going to be like in hope mode. I know y'all like the boy from UCLA, but I feel like anybody after that second round is going to be hope mode. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on Bergeron and going need second round.
Bergeron can play. I don't mind Bergeron. It just depends on how the Cowboys feel about him. I haven't heard him linked to them, but that don't mean that they don't like him. You know what I mean? It's just that you can pretty much hear a lot of stuff going on. I do think the Cowboys in the first round will take the best player regardless of of what they need. And that ain't really too many needs. And that ain't really too many needs. But if Bergeron is at the top of their board and they didn't take offensive lineman or like guard or whatever, or interior offensive lineman, if they didn't take that in the first round, it depends. I think, honestly, though, this brings another element to this, though, right? I think the Cowboys can go BPA for the first 2 rounds, right? Because normally we'll go BPA 1 round and then we'll just get the guys that we need throughout. We really sealed up everything. We sealed up all the needs, right? So it depends on what your board looks like when we get to the second round, right? I don't think we're just going to be pigeonholed in this situation where, we just got to get something. Hey, if the best cornerback there, hey, take that dude with confidence. Because I tell you what, I believe this happened in 2000. It was like the Lamb draft, right? They didn't anticipate Lamb being there at 16, so they took him. But they also didn't anticipate Trey Diggs being there in the second round because they was going to take him in the first round. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they were going to take a corner, but if it's a dude you was going to take in the first and he's here in the second, just take that dude. So it's a lot of things that could happen on draft night in the first or second round. But I do think that the Cowboys like enough guys to where, hey, even if we don't get a guard in the second round, there may be a guard in the third we like, or a guard in the fourth we like. Now, once we get into the fifth, shit, we got a guards. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like at some point we're going to get a guard, but if we don't get one early, I don't think there's going to be too much urgency because I think there's enough guards to go around. And if not, we'll just live what we got.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of worried about living what we got because then we're relying on Tyron and keeping the young boy at guard.
That's fair.
And so I've been looking at guard options, and I just haven't seen it myself. Past like that Bergeron, maybe Vila falls to the second round, but anything after third, maybe the boy Cody Mock, put him at guard possibly. But otherwise, we're doing the Whipplers from OSU and stuff like that. And I feel like I don't want to go into this season with a hole. I want we did a great job. We did a great job of filling holes in free agency. I just want us to not go into the season with a hole, or possibly, you never know with these draft picks. They could bust, but I want to see them really go after that guard piece, and I'll feel great about the season.
Cool. Sounds good. You can look into Zavala from NC State. You can look into Mafi from UCLA. You can look into I just had him on my mind, but I just daggone missed him. But it's a couple dudes towards the end. Titman is a center. Okay, cool. Titman is a center, but if you think he'll do that can play guard, Titman from Wisconsin, then you can go watch him too. And Voorhees from USC, he's another good one.
Yeah, but he's
that's fair.
Next week.
That's fair.
Anyway.
That's
but
fair.
yeah, definitely him though.
That's fair.
Real quick, have y'all paid attention to the Bengals situation? Because if they pick a right tackle, we might have your boy back, and he could fill in at left guard. What's my guy Lael? They might cut Lael.
The Bengals cut Lael.
Bengals.
If they get a right tackle if they get DeJuan or
you're talking about the Bengals, okay?
The boy from Tennessee, if they get a right tackle in the draft, they might cut Lael, and that might be an option to bring him back, put him at guard where he could have played if he stayed, and get him back for cheap. So I'm keeping my eye on that too.
I tell you what, man, if Lael getting cut from anywhere, especially that offensive line, if Lael getting cut, I don't want him. I don't want him, man. I'm just gonna give me a young character, man. I'm good.
They don't like him. They really don't like him. I'm from Cincinnati, so my brothers are die hard, and they don't really like him. They don't really like him there. But I feel like if you put
Stephen Jones right again.
I mean, we ain't asking them to do much. You know what I'm saying? Just give us something at guard. That's especially if we didn't touch on the guard in draft. But I'm just keeping an eye on it. He said he don't want him. Don't do my guy like that, man. Come on now.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do him like that. We ain't gonna do him like that. Hey, yo, Doug, appreciate you, man. Good call. We just put you down platinum, all right?
I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care, man.
Yes, sir. Next time you call, we know it's you. Man, fuck Lael. Bring Lael back up ahead.
I tell you, I think they're gonna stay true to their board. I think they've been doing that with since Will McClay been here. I don't think we're going back to 2009. You know, when we had the what did Jerry call it? The special teams draft.
Yeah.
Where he just drafted a bunch of special teams dudes because he thought his team was good to go. You know, heading into the season, he drafted a bunch of backups, especially. I don't think that's how McClay looks at it. And all you got to do is go back to 2021, where they drafted 2 defensive tackles and 2 cornerbacks in the top, in the second and third round.
I wasn't that outside, Will, still. This version of Voch would have cussed everybody out. Talking about some damn special teams draft.
Special teams. It was bad, brother. It was really bad. We didn't have a first round pick that year because we traded Roy Williams, and Jerry came out and said it. Special teams draft, and drafted a bunch of bums. And oh boy, it was rough. Set the Cowboys back for a little bit.
I cussed everybody out, Will, still. Everybody.
Yeah, McClay ain't letting that shit happen, though.
No. Smack your goddamn daddy. All right. On the volume side, Mafi got 86%, Zavala got 14%. I hope I ain't skewed them votes like that. And on the Voch side, Mafi got 71%, Zavala got 29%. Hope I ain't skewed them votes like that. All right. Supers. Let's go on the volume side. Appreciate y'all. Perfect. To the third. Night 405. Dropped the 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. He says, should we be looking at scheme-specific players on offense when Mike McCarthy is on the chopping block? No. I think this team is I think running back is fluid. I think O-line is fluid. I think when they look at wide receiver, they just want guys that can play everything. Will Steele, with last year's Jalen Tolbert debacle, do you think they're going to maintain the wide receiver policy of we want a wide receiver that can play all 3 positions?
Yeah, McCarthy came out and said it, and he's been just saying this for years, man. He values versatility. He wants his guys to have the ability to move around. But what I think this scheme is going to be able to do is, yeah, they can move around, but not have a lot of responsibility when they're moving. Last year, you're asking rookies to move around and then read the defense and then be on the same page as your quarterback for these option routes. And that just didn't jive well. But he values that versatility, bro. So, I don't think that's going anywhere. But it's the West Coast offense. The concepts I don't think are as, difficult. And that's funny because I say our passing concepts weren't difficult, but you're not relying on option routes. Put it that way.
That boy. They told that boy to run a corner, and he lined up that corner. Damn.
That's coach. That's who. Look, Prince or Kellen, whoever's fought. Why would you throw that man in there at that juncture of the game, importance of a game? You threw that rookie out there who hadn't played all year for real, in an important spot, important possession.
It was that game too, man. It was that was a big game, bro. That was a big moment. And them boys was catching up to us, boy. And all we had to do was just oof.
Well, that was the drive where, game-winning drive potentially, overtime. And not the time to be playing around with your rookie. Oh, let's go, Rook. Let's see what you got.
Hey, Will Steele, you saw the Dolphins are open to trading Cedric Wilson. Did you peep that on social media this weekend?
I've been seeing social media going around. Yeah,
they can have a 7th if they want it.
No,
you don't want Cedric Wilson at all.
No, they'd have to take his contract.
Yeah, they'd
have to eat his contract a little bit.
And like 3 for like 22 or something.
Yeah, he can. I think he's like upwards of 7+ maybe. I think he might be 7+ million. I mean, I gotta go look, but it's more than. Look, I like Ced. But I got Brandon Cooks, CD Lamb. Go give me one of these young bucks.
Jalen Tober,
If Gallup, comes back and he's a serviceable 3, there's your Ced. But Ced does a lot though. But not. If you're gonna be my wide receiver 4 or 5, bro, you can't be getting that contract.
That's fair. Okay, cool. Chris dropped 5. What's up, Chris? He says Dak really led us to a top 5 offense. No, he didn't. With Noah Brown as a wide receiver 2. Noah Brown is plenty enough. These motherfuckers act like Noah Brown is plenty. Will Steele. Have you seen them? Have you seen that crowd?
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, Dak had plenty of help."
Yeah.
Yet some nerd on the internet who never played ball will say Dak is mid. Well, he is, Chris. But appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Toxic Tom, who is toxic again. Appreciate you, Toxic Tom. Dropped a deuce and says, Sky should take calls on your show. Sky, you should take calls on your show like Voch. What happened?
Free conference call won't work for me this morning. Ced Wilson's cap number, $8 million this year, $8 million next year.
Fuck off. That was fun while we talked about it, boy. Oh, that was cool while we thought about it.
Wait till they cut him. Then let's talk. Now let's bring Ced back. I love that.
L Draw 5. Appreciate you, brother L. He says money for the studio 2023. And for Sky to fix his Panasonic landline. Panasonic is crazy. Landline for his show callers. Oh man, appreciate you, L. You think D Hop gets cut?
That super chat just came in.
Oh shit. Well,
that's fun. Yo, that's crazy how you said that.
Let me hit refresh then.
That person is reporting that Breer's reporting that Arizona may release D Hop. So Albert Breer is reporting.
Right. Right.
Just say that.
Per Albert Breer.
Per Albert Breer. By way of that guy.
Jesus. Reporting that Arizona may release D Hop. Do we have any interest? Well, I think if he's cheap and you ain't got to give up if you don't have to give up a draft pick and Hopkins is interested and Hopkins told you that he'll make concessions on the money side, I don't see why Steven wouldn't like that deal. But then you go to the Cardinals that go, hey man, I'll take a 7 before we just let him go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come down to something like that. But then it goes back to the teams not giving up nothing to hey, y'all gonna cut him. I'm just not gonna give you nothing. So it's still a game of chicken. We'll see. There's still a possibility, but I'm greedy. I'll take both. Yeah, is reporting that he is reporting that he is reporting this crazy. That's great. All right. Appreciate y'all on the volume side. Salute. And on the Voch side. April 3rd. Brandon Vegas. I wonder if Brandon Vegas is Brandon from Vegas, because in my universe, there's a dude named Brandon from Vegas. But I wonder if that's Brandon Vegas. I don't know. We'll see. But Brandon Vegas said he dropped a 5. Appreciate you. He says, damn, a double dip. Voorhees creates a triple dip situation. Well, still, you want to be in a situation where Voorhees' ACL drop him to the 6th. You draft John Michael in the 2nd, Mafi in the 4th.
We have a whole new line.
And Voorhees in the 7th. That's a crazy little line, though. That's a physical ass little line, though. I'll take it. Why wouldn't you?
Let me see something real quick.
Appreciate you, sir. Adrian Lindsay says Tyler Smith would explode Taco. He would. Adrian dropped a deuce in super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Mr. Englewood dropped a deuce and says Paris Johnson or Broderick Jones.
Somebody said turn the volume up, so I go look. Either your ears are clogged, bro, or your phone's messed up. Just this is loud enough. Any louder, it'll be obnoxious. So
your headphones broke.
Yeah.
Paris or Broderick? I'll go Broderick. I mean, and look, my rankings ain't official. It's April now. I'm running out of time, Will, still. You know what I mean? I'm likely gonna have Broderick over Paris in my rankings.
Ooh. That's right. You said Dewan was 1 anyway. So
Dewan is 1 for sure. Yeah, I ain't changed Dewan. Dewan's 1. And I may have Broderick over Paris. I still got a little more film to revisit, but man, I saw Paris get his ass whooped so much watching Dewan, bro. I got sick of it. I was like, dog, like, why they doing Paris like that? But I don't know. We'll see. Just anything can change between now and the next 2 weeks, apparently, because this shit just sneaking up. Well, this shit's sneaking up on us, man.
I know. We are quite literally 3 weeks away. Well, there's some change.
I had it for y'all, man. I had my rankings ready for you. Appreciate y'all though for tuning that. God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you for tuning in. Shouts out to Mr. Ronnie. Jimmy Yo dropped a deuce and says, O-line. Give me Mafi or death. Damn. Vita Vea of O-line picks. Well, Vita Vea would be a top 10 pick, but I feel what you're saying.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah, I feel you, sir. Alex Alacone. I mean, not Alex. Isaac Alacone, motherfucker, the opposite. All right, appreciate you, Jimmy. And Adrian Lindsay dropped 5 and says, who getting kicked off a bridge if Said and Hopkins both get cut?
Well, you probably only signed him. You probably signed Said. You're probably not even signing DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. But just hypothetically, if you sign both of them, shit, and you draft a dude,
sir,
it's a lot of bodies.
Yeah, bodies is hitting the floor.
There's a lot of bodies here for a little bit, but if that's the case, then Semi and I know you don't want to get rid of Turpin, Will, still.
What are you talking about?
But how do you
me or you just saying in general? You're talking about me.
Okay, so let me not assume then, right?
Yeah, because Turpin pissed me the fuck off.
I fucked Turpin. Okay, okay.
I ain't saying I'm not like you. You don't give a damn about. I'm saying bring somebody in to make him fight for it, and let's see what he looks like on offense. But shit, you bringing these two dudes? I don't give a fuck about no Turpin.
If you bring those two dudes in, Turpin and Semi could just go, right?
What? Hell yes. I thought you were going to say Tolbert.
But so listen, I didn't say Tolbert, of course, because Tolbert is a year 2 guy and there's still upside possible.
Shit, he can go too.
He can go too. He can go too. Will, still, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, him being the younger guy, the highest pick, the highest possible upside, that'll make me go, all right, well, it'll be Tolbert and Turpin. But I ain't never seen Semi. But I ain't never seen Semi line up off sides before. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So out of those 3, which 2 got to go?
Well, for me or for them?
It don't matter.
And look, I'm biased. I'll be honest. There's something about Semi. I want to see Semi get some, not quarterback, wide receiver 3-4 looks in camp again, man. I thought, what did we say at camp? He looked better than Noah to me. He looked better than Noah. And he just didn't get that opportunity. And Noah was around for 7 years or whatever, 8-10 years. So, yeah, I'm biased, man. Give me Semi. You can kick the other 2 off the bridge.
What I got to do to get you to push Michael Gallup off the bridge?
Trade him.
Yeah. Get something for him.
Let me get something for him.
Get something for him.
If not, let him settle in as 3.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right. We'll still say, shit, Turpin, what?
They pissed me. Dog, like, you should have seen me. You came to the Tampa game, right? You should have seen me at the Niners game. You came to the Tampa game, right? That's the one we watched?
Yeah. Playoffs, yeah.
The Niners game. This mother had a chance to score. And it was me and one other dude at Texas Live. We was the only ones visibly pissed. Because everybody's hyped. Oh, nice return. But like, fuck that. He should have scored a touchdown. We can't score nothing.
Hey, yo, look. I was at the house, right? Oh, man. I was at the house. Gurley was on the couch. And I noticed something about Turpin that just makes me want to cut him to this day. Every time Turpin get caught, but he think he not finna get caught, he gets tackled, he jump up and he go, woo, every time, right? I hate that shit so much because, like, man, what was you looking at?
Oh,
ain't no way you wasn't finna outrun them.
Fam.
Man, it's 5 people around. You get caught, you jump up, bro.
The whole time I'm just sitting there. It was an excellent return, set us up, but I wasn't feeling good about the game. So I'm sitting there with an attitude on 1st down, 2nd down, I just pissed off. Like, bro, we should be tired right now.
You should be tired up. And Turpin getting up, shaking and shit. Sit your shaking ass down somewhere.
Fumbling the ball. He fumbled the ball 2 times in the last 6. Man, he pissed me off.
Fumbling the shit, man. Fun show today.
Yeah.
Fun show. Let me refresh, make sure we good.
They back there playing this hype music and shit. I'm about to go to the DJ, cuss him out. Man, turn that shit off. He should score a touchdown.
Sully drop 5. It says, Sky sounded like somebody's father. It's loud enough.
Loud enough. Hey! All that noise.
Turn that down. Turn that down.
You just got hit with an A.
Hey.
And you pause for about 10 seconds and then.
All right.
Yeah. Heads and beds.
All right, now. Hey, man. Fun show. Be sure to hit all the buttons on the volume. All my volume people that I ain't talked to in a long time send me text messages talking about, hey, man, year 2, Voch. Hey, you back year 2? And I'm like, yep, I'm back year 2, man. You know what I'm saying? So we need y'all to hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, hit the sub, and keep watching, man. Keep coming through the watch. Why we're just surprised that we can hold these numbers on a regular slow news day. So appreciate y'all. And we want to grow these numbers as much as we can. Like, Will, once we get to the day where we can have 1,000 on a regular day, yeah, we're going to go boog it in.
Yeah.
We're going to go boog it in, but we can get to 1,000. We just got to keep that on a slow day, but we'll get there. Slowly but surely, we will get there. Be sure to follow me on all my platforms. Voch Lombardi on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. If you want to watch my film breakdown of Atonio Mafi, it probably won't come out on YouTube, but if you want to watch the live reactions to that, when we watch him and Zavala, you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. There's a lot of good stuff over there. And my Twitch, my non-football platform, twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We're currently playing Sifu and getting my ass whooped in it, but it is what it is. My point guard, the best in the business, Master William Steele. Y'all can follow him at Skywalker Steele, STEELE. Appreciate you, sir, for point guarding this thing. For the rest of y'all, man, y'all just, till tomorrow where we talk about draft. I forgot what we was going to talk about, but it's in the little document I'll look at tomorrow. But y'all hold down for Dosey Wolfs and Peasky Whiskey. Until next time, Dak Prescott is mid. Volume. April Fool's,
Planet.
Somebody said. Sky talking, Guillotine said, Sky talking about, don't be going in and out of this chat.
Hey, look, you either need to be in or out.
In or out. Pick one.
You let the mosquitoes in.
I really am. We really are our parents when we get older.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
You need some water. You drink all that juice.
I used to spike my son's juice with